Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. So in today's lesson, we're going to do something really fun. We're going to start tracing and what some people also call contouring. Tracing and contouring is one of the techniques that a lot of people use for their designs. I use it from time to time, and I want to show you how you can actually do that in SCAL5 or Shortcuts Alive version 5. So what we're going to do is we're going to open up a new project first by clicking up here. And we're going to do a 12 by 12 mat to start off with. Select OK. Okay. The image that I have in the first comment of this video is the image that you're going to use. And you're going to download it to your computer so that you're able to do this trace practice. So select trace in your top bar 2. It is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th option. So select trace right here. Select choose image. The image that I'm going to do is this one. This image is a solid color. Right here, the modes is what you change. Since it's a single color, I can do single color. Since it's monochrome, I can do monochrome. So you're going to alternate between these three, mostly monochrome and single color, in order to get this red outline with your design. So after I get this red outline with my design, I just select OK. Okay, so now we have our apple. Our apple. This is one of the easiest pictures you can actually use to practice with. So now I want to go to top bar 1, File, Edit, Object. The third option, Object, you're going to go to Break Apart. And you notice it changes over here in the layer area. So click this arrow right here, and you'll see all of the parts of the apple. So click off it. This is the leaf. Go to Fill Stroke. We do a dark green. You just change your leaf color. Leave the stem black, or if I want to play around with it, I can make it brown. Brown stem. I actually like the brown stem better. And the apple, I can make it red. And that is how you do this trace image. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to practice on some of the skills that we have learned before. You can actually use Impact for this exercise. I like Bonaro Clean. And if I could remember where I found it, I'll include a link in this lesson so that you can download it if you like this font. Okay, so let's do 100 days shirts. 100 days. Okay, that font, I think I might want white. I'm going to click on my arrow, move it here, and I'm not going to hold the shift button in order to change the size because I actually want to alter the size a little bit. Okay, so now I have my 100 days. I want to go to effects. Remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spot in the top bar 1. We're going to go to bridge warp. I'm going to bridge my fonts. And that's one of the reasons why I want to make it a little bit bigger. It's a simple design, you guys. Okay, so we have 100 days. Next word is going to be smarter. Exclamation mark. Okay, so now I'm going to click the arrow up here so I can move it. And I think I want it about the same, about a little bit past the 100 days. Okay, and make this a little bigger. And I think I'm going to go to effects and do the bridge warp. Like so. Go to OK. Now I'm holding my shift button because I think I like it better, just about even. Okay, at this point there are a few things I can do. Now that I have my font, I can actually do a stroke. I can add like a light shadow. So if I go to add a shadow layer, I'm going to leave it at 0.050. But I want my shadow layer to be black just to give it an outline. You see how much of a difference that makes? So select OK. And then I'm going to do the same thing with here. Click it. Right click Appearance, Add Shadow. 0.050, make that black. And there we have it, you guys. We have our first SVG. A lot of people think that SVGs have to have the photos and the pictures to it, but all an SVG is a, excuse me, all an SVG is a picture that's broken up into multiple layers and parts. So now let's see what we're going to do. We have the word smarter, that's grouped. We have 100 days, that's grouped. We have our shadow layers, which we could group. So I can hold my shift button. So now we're working on condensing. So I'm going to group my shadows together. You see that right there. And then all of these are 3 different colors, so I wouldn't have to group them. But I think it would be best to group them. Because just because you group them doesn't mean that you can't break them apart. But what this does is that it takes a lot of time. The more parts you have, the longer it takes for your SVG to upload. So we're gonna move this down. Okay. You see that the shadow is on top instead of on front. So we're gonna click on the shadow and slide it down. Make sure this point right here is right here, not right there. There we go. Okay, so now I have my apple grouped together, so it's all one part until I ungroup it in Design Space if I choose to. Then I have the white part of Smarter, the white part of 100 Days. And since both of those parts are white, I can actually hold down my Shift button and group those two. So now I have all of my white together, all of my black together, as well as my apple. So now we have 3 different parts to our SVG, which is going to make it very simple. Also, you can go to Edit, second option in top bar 1, select all, hold down your Shift button, and we're going to make the image smaller. When you make the image smaller, you only want to make it quarter size of your mat, like so. This will also decrease the time it takes for your SVG to upload. So these are some of the things that I actually learned along the way. Okay, so we're going to go to Edit, select all, File, Export. We're going to save this in 2 variations. For one, we're going to save it as an SVG. So we're going to do Lesson 4 SVG. Save it. Make sure the selection only box is selected and Design Space compatible. Those are the last 2 boxes. Make sure those are checked. Go to OK. Then we're going to do it again. File, Export, PNG, Lesson 4. Okay. Make sure that your background is transparent, DPI 72. Oh, that's awesome. You can add a drop shadow. And that's what I'm saying. I never done the drop shadow before. As you play with it, you learn so many different things. I'm actually going to leave my drop shadow. I'm going to leave that option up to you guys or not, because we're going to play around and see what it does. And that's it, you guys. I've actually learned how to do SCAL by playing around with different features and moving different things around. So this is one of the things that I want you guys to get very comfortable with. Watch this video, take notes. I'm going to show you how I upload it into Cricut in just a moment. Okay, let's see. Let's go here. Right, my Design Space map. So we're going to upload image, and we're going to actually upload a SVG. Lesson 4 Apple SVG. Okay, so I have it here. Go to Save. Select it and insert images. And my SVG is loaded. So now you see how quick it took for it to upload. SVGs usually takes much more time. So now we have to unpack. Let me see if it's going to allow me to weld my white. Yep. So just like we did in the last lesson, I was able to weld my white without it disappearing on me. So now I have Did that one disappear on me? Let's back up. Better yet, delete and upload it again. There we go. Okay. So here, what I'm going to do is ungroup first, and then weld. There we go. Click this, ungroup. It's a little different from how we did it the first time around, but sometimes you got to play around with it in order to get it. Now my black, I want to actually put together and weld. What did it do just now? Oh, because I pushed delete, I deleted it instead of shift. Okay, so what I want to do is hold down the shift button, select both of my black, weld those together. Go and delete that. That was probably from the other one. Send this to the back. There we go. Okay, so now I have my white welded. I actually want to hold down the shift button, go ahead and make that one piece as well. So I have my black shadow welded. I have my white shadow welded. You see, that's going to make cutting a lot easier. Unless you have scrap vinyl that you want to use and you want to put it like right up under each other, then you don't have to weld those pieces together. Sometimes, because I have a little bit more experience, I won't weld these together. I just lay them on top of each other. But if you have problems with alignment, then you definitely want to go this route until you feel comfortable with your alignment. So when we go to make it, we're going to have different mats. The first mat is going to be your 100 days. You see how it's set up? So that's how it will be set up on your mat. And the shadow is the same exact way. The apple, this, and this. And what I'm actually going to do is a part 2 of this video, because we actually do need to work on layering as far as putting the layers together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the colors to these and go ahead and cut it with vinyl and not HDV, and just go ahead and layer it into a project. So I think I might have a water bottle of some sort. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it. And usually when you're using a mug or a cup, I may even have a mug. When you have a mug or a cup, the width is usually 3.5 inches, 3 to 3.5 inches. So I'm going to put that there. And this is going to be the size of my design that I'm going to cut. So in the next video, what I'm going to do is go ahead and have these pieces cut and weeded, and I'm going to show you how I actually layer it. So I hope that this information was very helpful to you guys. You may have to watch it a few times and write down in your notes, but this is how you do a trace of a solid color image. Once I show you guys how to lay this on a mug or another type of base, then I'm going to show you guys how to trace another image. So I see you in the next lesson.